Jo here from Rhythm and Tunes Piano School. Just jumping on here quickly today, I have wanted to talk to you, chat to you about what the one thing is that people tell me all of the time. If there's one story that I hear from people when I'm chatting with them on the phone or here in the studio, there's just this common thread, this common theme in a lot of the stories that people tell me. So I had a email towards the end of last year. I've just been sitting here for the last few days, getting my head around starting up the studio again, starting teaching again next week in the new term. And so I've been going through a few things, and one of my beautiful mums, she enrolled her daughter a couple of years ago, probably a couple of years ago now, yeah, into lessons. And she's emailed me towards the end of last year. She says, I'm so amazed at how well she's doing, how much she loves playing, and how well the program's intuitive way of learning suits her. So this mum came and saw me, and she told me the story that everybody tells me. She said she played the piano when she was younger. In fact, she even did Year 12 performance level piano. And then after Year 12, she said she never played again, ever. And that's the story I hear all the time. So I've just been looking through one of my posts on my Facebook page, and there is quite a number of comments that are exactly, in one shape or form are exactly the same story. I just speak to these people who have learnt the piano as a child for a few years. They haven't played since, and I guess I'm just curious, like, if you're one of those people, can you just let me know, why don't you play anymore after all of those years of lessons as a child? So looking through this post, Heather says learnt for 7 years. She says she got honours for every exam and now can't play a note, was never taught to play for pleasure. Patricia says, I played the piano from the age of 8 until 18 when I left home and married, have not touched one since. Marie says, I learned and played the piano since my 4th grade, then since the 80s, never touched a key since. Now I only remember a little and I can't even play a song now. Shirley says, I learned the piano as a child. I can understand this one because she didn't like the time she had to spend practicing, so her mum and dad sold the piano. So that kind of answers the question as to why she doesn't play anymore. But she does say she's very sorry that she didn't keep it up and would just love to be able to sit and play once more. So I guess the best analogy I can think of when I hear those stories, in terms of how alternative this program is that we teach here at Rhythm and Tunes Piano School, is so recently I had my eyes tested, and I haven't worn glasses for about 18 months or so for a variety of reasons, but I thought I would get in and get my 2 free pairs with my health insurance. So on the 31st of December, I went and had my eyes tested, and I got 2 new pairs of glasses, one for reading and one for distance. Yeah, so all these people, they tell me that that they've learnt the piano as a child and they've never played since. So I guess I was a little bit like that myself, I suppose, and before I discovered this particular way of learning how to play the piano, or actually playing the piano without the music in front of me, which is what this program's all about. And the analogy, I guess, that I was just trying to explain before is having got 2 new pairs of glasses recently. The difference that it has made when I have worn my glasses, I think I was at a shopping centre the other day, and it was like, wow, I can read these signs. Everything looks so much clearer to me, and it was actually quite surprising, because I had, I just learned to cope with not wearing glasses, and that was okay, and it worked all right, and I still managed to get around all right and see what I needed to see. But when I put on these glasses for distance, it was almost like looking at a brand new, bright, sparkly world. So that's how I feel about the difference between a reading-based approach and a more playing-based approach, which is what we do which is what we do here at the school. So I just wanted to let you know that I have got a couple of, unusually, I've got a couple of kids classes available this year. So I've got one Wednesday class with some limited places in that one, and I've also got one Saturday morning class. So if you're interested in finding out any more about those children's classes, please just message me on this page and we can set up a time to meet, and I can run you through the program, and I can do that here in studio in Adelaide or online. So you can call in from anywhere in Australia, and I have students all over Australia. And also, don't forget, my Music on Steroids program is starting again. The next round of Music on Steroids is commencing on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, which is the 29th of January, 9:30 a.m. So the last round that we did of that was just so much fun, and I just can't wait to get stuck into it again, because we just cover off so much content, and it is really for people, the people who I've just been telling you about, those who have learned for quite a few years as children. They haven't played since, but they still have a burning desire to play, and so we just really hit the ground running, and we just cover off so much content in a really short amount of time, and it's fantastic value. So starts next week on Wednesday. We're going to get together for 5 weeks, and each morning is going to be a 2-hour workshop. So that's the equivalent of 4 lessons per week, 3 to 4 lessons per week. So I did say it was Music on Steroids. So you'll have an opportunity to meet other like-minded people who share your interest in returning to music, who will encourage and support you through the process. So I'll be taking you through the first 2 levels of this program. You'll be added into a Facebook group where you can all connect and exchange ideas and thoughts as you travel through this whole musical experience together. And so I'm just going to run through what we'll be covering. So in week 1, we cover off a really beautiful little jazz ballad style piece. You will get people dancing as you belt out the 12-bar blues. One of the most popular chord progressions I'll be covering off with you that is used in contemporary music. You'll become familiar with all 12 major chords and great sounding left-hand arpeggio chords to give your accompaniments that extra pizzazz. So all of that just in week 1 in the first 2-hour session. So you can see that it's quite an accelerated way of learning. But like I say, if you've had a few years experience as a child, then you are the person that this is for. So week 2, we're going to play and sing along to the classic song Amazing Grace. We're going to build up your knowledge of the 12-bar blues using various riffs, a gorgeous simple version of Beethoven's Fur Elise. And if you were to continue with lessons after the Music on Steroids program, we actually do the entire version of original version of Beethoven's Fur Elise throughout the course of the program. Week 2 also, we more processing of your major chords using a variety of 3- and 4-chord songs. So lots of singing along. Week 3, if transposing always has eluded you, then this week you'll be shown a simple strategy whereby you'll be playing the 12-bar blues in all 12 keys. So that's a really great little concept, and that's where I see light bulbs going off in people's minds as I take them through this, because it's all just pattern based. Once they see the pattern, they can't unsee it, and it just really demystifies music for them. So don't be surprised if you start having multiple aha moments as you see all the repeated patterns that you've never noticed before. Week 4, we'll be doing minor chords, suspended chords, and creating your own sound, bit of composing, improvising, arranging, and just combining all of the musical ingredients from the first 3 weeks, so more songs. And then week 5, how to play 3 types of 7th chords, as well as augmented, diminished 6th, 9th, 11th, and 13th chords, making your accompaniment sound even better and richer in flavour and texture. So by the end of this program, you'll be playing a variety of different styles: gospel, blues, classical, jazz, accompaniment style music, and you'll be a star. Your family won't even recognise you at the piano, because you will have such an incredible repertoire of music that you'll be able to sit down and just play without even needing any black dots in front of you in the initial stages. So we do a reading program later on, and we use really great methodology for learning how to read rhythm and pitch, but that comes later on. So if you're interested in enrolling in that next week, then please just message me on this page, and I can give you a ring over the weekend to get it all sorted out for you. But otherwise, have a great long weekend, enjoy yourselves, and I will see you here next week. Take care for now. Bye.